You know, I'm not even surprised anymore. First you give me a mecha anime, now you give me a sports anime. What's next? I'll have to watch Aggressive Ritsuko or some other childish stuff. You know that I don't enjoy sports anime, right? Anyway, Megalo Box is part commemoration, part spiritual sequel of Ashita no Joe, anime I never watched or am planning to, but from what I heard it's not that bad. In a distant future, probably somewhere in 2100s, there's a city where those who have citizen ID are living the life of luxury while non-citizens live in poverty and misery. Since this city doesn't have an official name, I'll call it Doggo Pills. Our main hero goes by the name Junk Dog, or Joe in the latter episodes, and he's making money on illegal matches of Megalo Box, basically boxing but with copyrightable exoskeletons. After he nearly runs over a leader of an exoskeleton making corporation and some banter, he gets decked by her bodyguard who has the shiniest exoskeleton around and says that if he wants revenge, he'll have to fight his way to the top, to copyrightable WrestleMania, but since he's a poor non-citizen, he fakes his ID and then invents a gimmick of being without an exoskeleton, making him a standard boxer. And if you saw literally any sports anime ever made, then you know the program by now. He fights through a lot of opponents and rivals and eventually wins, blah blah blah, but is it any good? Well, yes. Kind of. The story, though predictable and a bit cheesy, is entertaining to watch if you're into it. The fights are made in a more down-to-earth style and bear some similarity to Rocky and such. The main criticisms I have for the story is that the antagonists, the rich owner and Yuri, the super boxer who's gay for Joe, are kinda all over the place motivation-wise, or at least the rich owner is. I still don't really understand either why she was against Joe so much, or what sort of relationship she had with Yuri, though in Show's defense, she's not really that important. You can replace her with a Latvian Pirazzini and nothing would really change much. The graphics are stylized to look like an early 2000s anime, and the music in many ways reminded me of Afro Samurai and Devilman Crybaby to a point, which is a good thing. The music is a bit of a hit and miss. If you like hip-hop, it's not the worst kind of it, though the opening and the ending is what we in educated circles call drunken pub rock. And that's pretty much all I can say about it. If you're a fan of Ashita no Joe, then you would probably like this modern take. Remember, it could be worse. If you're a fan of sports shows, then this anime isn't really providing something you haven't seen before, and if you're like me and never understood the appeal of these sorts of shows, unless you're really a fan of boxing, there's nothing of value in it. This is the common curse of these niche shows. There can be no sports anime that the vast majority of people will like. It'll either be hot garbage, something that's made only for the fans of that genre, or just be your typical run-of-the-mill story you can explain to people in one sentence, like it's like Naruto, only Marvel, or it's like Berserk, only slightly pretentious, or in case of today's entry, it's like Rocky, only with Latvian exoskeletons and discrimination.